What's up, YouTube? Back at it with another video, and we are 1 week into June. It's gonna be a bit of a different video. In the last video I made, I said I was going to do a case study because I missed an upload. So I put together a simple case study on a store that was scaling up to 1K days. Unfortunately, it got DMCA'd, but I think the learnings are still relevant since this was in the end of February, beginning of March, so it was still quite recent. And it was the first signs of success this year with the branded dropshipping journey. And yeah, I'm just going to share everything with you, reveal the product, and why should you listen to me? I got three of these. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but I've been documenting the journey since the start of 2025, showing a realistic point of view on what it's like to start fresh and showing the struggles. And this is one of them. Obviously, it was doing okay, but then DMCA, and I'll show you why I got DMCA'd, etc., etc. But yeah, let's hop into the case study and let's go into the computer now. All right, we are here in the case study. I have screenshots of the videos I posted because I actually don't have access to the Shopify backend anymore because of the DMCA. Like, some stuff happened with my other store, so where I completely got Shopify to wipe this backend off the map because the DMCA was going to affect the other stores that were profitable. But yeah, this was a brand new store, brand new product test that I was testing. And as you can see here, we got 1.1K. This was the first 1K day, and I posted that 2 months ago. And then this was a 700, like almost 1K day. And like after this point here, we were averaging around 1.1K a day, basically. That's what we're averaging. I think we almost hit a 2K a day, but I can't really show you because I don't have the Shopify backend anymore. So this is the first time I've ever tried to record a case study, so bear with me. So this is the little flow chart I made. I suck at these, but I just broke it down to three big things: the product research, the creative strategy, and the media buying. I think those are the three most important things. So let's get into the case study just so you can learn how we got this brand new store up to 1K a day. And profit was good for this because the product itself, and we'll get to the reveal soon. Okay, so let's start with the product research section. And basically, how did I find this product? The goated method, ads library. Ads library, you're just going to use basic keywords and scroll. And this is the best method. I remember finding this product in January-ish using ads library. And basic keywords, you can use free shipping, limited time. Think very broad, like buy now or get percent off or percent off, things like that. And you just want to scroll and then mess with your filters. You want to change the date ranges a bunch, and then that will help you find the best ads library products. And this was completely for free. And I used ads library and was able to scale to 1K a day. So validation is what told me it was a winner before even running the product. So the way I knew this, and this is something I preached earlier on in the year, if you've been watching the journey, how validation is very important. But basically when I found it on ads library, it was already running for weeks. The advertiser that was running it for weeks. You could see that by scrolling all the way to the bottom and seeing their last running ads. And then when I went to their website, I checked their similar web numbers with the Chrome extension. It's free. I recommend you guys download it. And it basically showed a big spike up and a slow scale down, if I remember correctly. Because what I noticed was I think they were scaling hard in Q4. And then, like I said, I found this product around January. And then TikTok shop, I can't even say it because I misspelled it so bad. But the TikTok shop numbers that I saw in Kalo data showed this product. I think a very similar version of the product, and had a big spike up in Q4 as well. And then I saw the sales dying off in January when I did find the product. I know people would be like discouraged to run this type of product because they see the numbers going down, but this was in a niche I wasn't too familiar with, so I just wanted to give it a shot anyways. So here's the big reveal of the product. Boom! This guy, a laser tape measure, which was the product that scaled to those numbers you see up here. This 1K day and this almost 1K day. This was like before we hit the 1K day. Then this is when we did hit the 1K day. And then we scaled to 1K days pretty consistently. But why did I choose this product? Well, basically, obviously, above here. It was running for weeks. I saw the competitor had good similar web numbers, and then the TikTok shop validation was there. But then also had a really good AOV for what the product was. It's quite small with a high perceived value, and it's in a non-competitive market, which is this is like a niche I really haven't tested in. So I wanted to give it a shot because like things like beauty, things like health, these are very competitive niches, and I wanted to try something that was different, and that's why I tested this. But the issue with it being in a non-competitive market is it was hard to scale. If you guys watched the videos before it got DMCA'd, basically I was saying I was struggling to break past the 1K a day mark because it just seems like the budgets was increasing, but the sales aren't increasing. So it was a bit rough because I think the pool of people like looking for this type of product is so small. So that's how I found that product, ads library and a bit of validation. Now, how did we go about the creative strategy? So the creative strategy, I basically for testing, if you guys have been watching my recent videos, I don't recommend this anymore, but back when I did test this around February, I just ripped the best TikToks. Like I said, I did find similar listings on TikTok Shop and basically, use those as my initial testing ads and got initial success. So after initial success, I basically ripped every single TikTok possible that I could and slowly but surely added that into the into the ads manager. Basically though, what happened, I'll get into it a bit more in the media buying process, but only one video really took off, and and since I ripped all the videos, I needed to come up with a way to make new ads just to keep the ad account fresh. So then you need to use the winning angle found in the winning creative and script out new ads because of that winning angle. So that one winning video I used as basically the base for all the new winning ads that I was going to test by creating myself. Now, if you watch my videos, I don't condone ripping TikToks anymore because I think it's super competitive right now. Everyone's doing it. And I think skipping to this step, like seeing which ad is doing the best, figuring out why it's doing the best and making your own version of that is the way moving forward. But this is what I did during the time. So some key points here. Like the key is to understand why the winning ad is winning. So this ad that's getting majority spend and is getting the sales, you need to figure out what is that main reason why, but you're going to come up with a bunch of different reasons, and those are going to be your hypothesis. So basically, you're going to create a hypothesis for each reason why you think it's winning, and you're going to have a list, and that's what you're going to test in terms of making ads. So you're going to test the hypothesis with a specific script. So each hypothesis you have gets its own individual script based on that hypothesis. So let's say the hypothesis for this product was, let's say the hypothesis for why we think the ad was winning was, oh, it's easier to measure. We're going to make a script basically fully tailored to a message basically saying this product is easier to measure than the other product. Let's say you come up with another hypothesis basically saying you don't need two people to measure something long distance. So you're going to create a specific script for that hypothesis. And that's what you're going to do. And you're going to test all your hypothesis with a specific script. So you're going to put those into the ad account and you're going to take the learnings from each of those tests to create new hypotheses, because some of them are going to work. Some of them are not going to work. Some of them are going to kind of work. And you're just going to iterate and keep trying to improve on those concepts you did test from that winning creative itself. But I added an important note here. While you're doing this, you want to test net new concepts as well. That's completely not related to the winning angle. You want to test something that you find through other forms of research like Reddit, Amazon reviews, TikToks, etc. Get ideas from there and test those concepts alongside the hypothesis from the winning ad. So you have two ad concepts being tested, one that's based on learnings from a previous creative and one that's completely new. So for making these ads, you want to make these ads by basically collecting all the B-roll possible for the product, and you're going to do that by going on TikTok, going on IG Reels, and finding filler clips to go along with the B-roll as well. The clips you should be trying to find are clips of, let's say, the problem, the dream state, and just regular filler clips of the product being used. And then basically, when you find all these clips and you gather them all together, you're basically going to piece them together. You're going to piece the clips together in a way where the visuals best match the scripts. So yeah, that's how you make the ads basically. And another step is get custom UGC based off the winning ad. That's another thing you can do to really separate yourself. So you have this winning ad that's getting sales and you have a hypothesis. You can test that by getting your own UGC as well, which is going to be which is a very good test to do, or you can just record ads yourself. Now, I ended up ordering the product in to record UGC myself because nothing was working when I did that whole process. And look, I have it right here. This is the product. Boom. How do we turn it on? You guys see that? It's a laser. This is the product. Yeah, so I ordered it myself. I was going to record UGC myself because I went through this process of having hypotheses, creating new scripts and testing them, but nothing was working except for that original winning ad that was a ripped TikTok. So I was like, okay, the reason why it's winning is because it's a UGC style. So I was going to do a UGC style with this. How do I turn this off? I don't even know how to turn this off. I'm going to hold it. Okay, it's off. So that is the creative strategy. Simple, but difficult at the same time. The reason why this didn't scale super hard, one, we got DMCA, two, because we couldn't crack another winning ad. And that's usually a skill issue. So I'll put that on myself. But the hypothesis I did test just didn't work. And I actually think I can show you guys some of the ads. And let me just pull them up now. Okay, I don't know if you can hear the audio, but this is the winning ad right here that basically got all the spend and got all the sales. And basically, yeah, this is just a TikTok that we downloaded and ran on Facebook, and I added captions. Basically, from this winner, I had to go through this process right here. Why is this ad in specific winning? Like, I'm looking at the actor, basically. I'm looking at what he's saying. I'm seeing how he says it. And I'm like, okay, let's create a hypothesis on maybe it's this specific message point. Maybe it's the way he's saying one thing, and basically making scripts to make new ads. And I'm going to show you the new ads I did make. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here is one of the original tests we made, basically trying to figure out, okay, why was that one ad winning so well? And then basically making new ads to focus on that messaging point to see if that can also become a winner. So this is basically saying, like, look, POV, your tape measure goes limp at the worst possible moment.
Your tape measure goes limp at the worst possible moment, so you switch to laser, measuring long distances.
And then, yeah, this is basically the ad. Why did we test this? Why did we test that new concept in specific? It's because of this, or like this hook in specific. Listen to what he says.
You wanted to measure something that's a little ways off, and your tape measure just won't reach without collapsing. You do it.
Boom. He talks about, oh, have you ever tried to measure something and your tape measure collapses? And that was the basis, and that was the hypothesis to why we thought this ad was winning. So we made a completely new ad tailored towards that messaging. That basically led us to this ad. So where it's like, POV, your tape measure goes limp at the worst possible
moment, so you switch to laser, measuring long distances with a regular.
So we tested that because of that specific thing that was said in the winning ad. And you had to do that. We're basically doing that multiple times on each reason why we think the ad was winning, but nothing took off. And we ended up ordering the product because we determined, okay, the main reason why this ad is winning is because it's a UGC style. So why don't we record ads ourselves? Because UGC takes a while to get, right? So that was the creative strategy. Now to go into the media buying, it was a very simple process. I'll go through the ad account after we just go through this flowchart real quick. But yeah, it was just one CBO, stacked top countries, and it tested at $100 a day. I wouldn't recommend the setup anymore. It is June 2025, and I don't think stacking countries is the wave. I do basically USA only now, so I wouldn't do this now, but this is what I did do back then, and it did work. So that's the campaign settings. For the ad set settings, it was just one ad set for testing, Advantage plus creatives and those stacked countries. And then basically for the creatives, in that one ad set is going to be the 6 to 8 ripped TikToks. And then you guys saw the winning TikTok. You get sales off the rip, or your campaign is profitable, you increase budget by 20%. And if it's not profitable, keep it, kill it after 3 days if the product isn't doing too hot. But you also want to really slowly add more creatives into a new ad set in that campaign to keep testing. And that's what I did, and I'll show you. So let's hop into the ads manager. This ad account is banned not because of this product, but because of another product that I used to test. Now I think, so I have it set on Feb 20, and I don't have, as you can see, Feb 20, and there's no spend. So Feb 21 will probably be the first day. So 130, this is in Canadian dollars, so that's why I said $100 a day. That meant USD, and since this is a Canadian ad account, it's a bit higher. But as you can see, day one, it was not good. Day one, we only have that one ad set I'm telling you about, fully broad, which is the Advantage Plus. I think it's automatically selected now, so just don't change anything with the top countries. And in this, you can see it had all the RIP TikToks. So as you can see, day one, it was not too good. Let's sort by month spent. It was not too good. So let's see how this progresses, because I haven't even looked at this myself. So day two, no sales. Oh, $24 in spent. I don't know what happened. Maybe the ad account got disabled and then re-enabled. But 23. Boom. Okay, 23. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think the ad account probably got disabled on the 22nd, and then on the 23rd, 4 purchases, 4.22 ROAS. You can see, look at these cost per clicks, look at these CPMs. That's when you know it's kind of a winner, when you're looking at these signs early on. Like, these are just the first 3 days of testing, and it looks good in terms of cost per click. These are Canadian dollars as well, so $2 Canadian is like, bro, like $1.20 USD, right? So good cost per click, and basically a good ROAS on that very third day. So that's why I don't cut products too early, give it full 3 days. And this ad account probably got banned here, so that's probably why I kept it running. So let's see that Monday, because Sundays are usually good. Okay, 1.59 ROAS. Now this is where you're like, oh, do I kill it or do I keep it? I kept it probably because the ad account got banned and I wanted to give it like full spend, full budget. Like, you can see the budget overspent here. Oh, I probably upped the budget a bit from that previous day, because a 4 ROAS is pretty insane. But for a Monday, if you see like 1.59, a $53 Canadian cost per purchase, which is around like what, $46 USD, which is decent. So like, if you work on the offer a bit, you can get this to profitability. And then boom, the next day, a 2 ROAS day. So what were the changes here? What were the changes? Let's see where the ad spent. A lot of the times it just doesn't know. Okay, see, now it's starting to spend on that ad that I was telling you guys about. That was our best ad. So I think this is where things start to take off. Oops. Okay, now going to the 26th. Boom, that was a bad day. You got to be able to like not be emotional on these days. I don't know if that tracking is 100% accurate on this, but yeah, I can't show you the Shopify because it's DMCA. 27th. Boom, bounce back to 2.29. Which is good. And like, look, these are all like new ads and new TikToks that we added in later when we're like, okay, we're going to keep this going. 28th, 2.63. Like, you see the ROAS is climbing. Once it found that winning ad, which was the ad I showed you guys. And then boom, another 3 ROAS day. And then I added this. This is basically these batch one. Batch one is basically just going to be more TikToks. And it got $2. In spend, but you'll see that basically nothing could beat that original winning ad that I showed you, even when we started testing more and more and more and more. And then bad day on March 2nd, but we keep it rolling, you know? Boom, a 5.3 ROAS, 1.1. It was this might have been the day, bro. We spent 200 to get 1.1K on, yeah, I think this was the day in this video here. Actually, I don't know. 1.1 Canadian is actually when is this? March 3rd. Oh, okay, look. March 3rd. 1.1 Canadian, and we got 761 USD back. And yeah, that was a big day. 5 ROAS day, we probably scaled up. And like this time, like, I don't really surf scale like that because I don't know, I'm a bit risk averse. I know surf scaling works, but this was the first time I tested a product in this niche, so that's why I just kept doing 20% budget increases. You can see the budget has been increasing day over day. And then after a 5 ROAS day, 0.64. That's Facebook for you. That's ecom for you. The next day, 2.23, and you can see we're adding more and more creatives, and nothing's taking spend though. That's an important thing to note. And then 1.48, not too good. 2.09, better, but look, it's still only spending basically on one creative, really just one creative. So when this is happening, you need to be thinking in the back of your head that like ad fatigue is going to happen, and that's why you need to be adding more. Like, because ad fatigue will happen, especially in these niches that are smaller. Like beauty is a massive niche. That's why you can scale with like 2, 3 creatives to millions. But in a niche this small, which I didn't know at the time, but it's a lesson I learned after testing this product. But with a niche this small, like you need like so many creatives just to maintain the scale, because there's just not a lot of people in that market. So let's look at this weekend. Boom. On March 8th, a 3.36 ROAS, almost a 1K day. And the 9th, boom. That's a huge day right there. A 4 ROAS, 300 in spend. Again, this is Canadian dollars, so 1.5K Canadian. I don't know if it's all tracked. But remember this, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I really need to hit a new winning ad, because this is gonna start dying quick, because it's really only going to one ad spend. And you can see like these are really not getting any spend. And then the next day, tanks 1.66. If you guys were watching the videos back then, I think I remember showing like the variability in the sales. But let's keep it moving. 2.9, almost a 1K day. And then, rough day, less than a 1 ROAS, and we're spending more. Notice how we're spending more, and we're spending more, but it's really only going to this one ad set and that one ad that I showed you, which is difficult because the ad will fatigue sooner or later. But we bounce back with a 1.2K day, which is just the variability we're facing because of how this market is in general. And then the next day, we can see this ad set did get a sale. So a new ad did get a sale. But I can tell you, like, look, the budget is increasing, but the ROAS wasn't that good. We got 4 sales that day at $100 per purchase. It's still going to the one ad. Even after this, is going to keep going to that one ad, even though, like, this got a sale. 15th, it's still going to this ad set. You see the budget is getting higher. 1.8K, almost a 2K day. Almost a 2K day on this $38 cost per purchase. Very nice, very healthy. Next day, another 1K day, 2.66. Budget is increasing. But again, it's only going here. Look how many ad sets are trying to get spend but just won't. On the 17th, boom, it's another rough day. Those Mondays were rough. What can you do? The next day, 2.31, another 1K day. So bouncing back, 1K day, we're spending more, but look how many ad sets we have that are not getting spent. And then around this time, this is when I'm thinking about ordering the product, because I need UGC, because we're testing concepts, we're testing new ads, we're ripping all the TikToks. Nothing's taking off. I think I need new UGC, where the fastest way for me to get new UGC is order this off Amazon and basically recreate that exact script that was winning just with me talking. But you can see March 19th, another down day, which is rough. Almost a 2 ROAS on this day, just under a 1K day, 1.97. At this point, I remember I'm like, yeah, this product's probably going to die, because as you guys can see, like, literally, when did we start this? I think we started like around there, 20th to 20th. All of the ad spend is on this one ad set. Only this one got a sale up to this point, and none of the new ads are even getting close to any spend. So I was like, oh, this might die. So let's continue to the 21st. Not amazing, right? Like, I think we downscaled 406. We downscaled and we're hitting a 1.84. Let's see what we got on this Saturday. This is when I knew things were going to be bad. We're downscaling. Look at the budget, and the ROAS is going down. And then, yeah, the budget's going all over the place, but 1.23. This weekends, remember the weekends back here, they were always good. This weekend was not good. Didn't bounce back on the Monday either. So that's like 4 bad days in a row where you're like, oh my gosh, and nothing's taking spend. Like, look how many ad sets we have, nothing's taking spend. And then 131, no sales. This is probably a heartbreaking day. 26, oh, okay. No, I actually know what happened. So 25th was the day we got DMCA'd, and I had to turn off the ads. So we got DMCA'd, and basically, ads basically go off till the 26th and never come back on. Why did I not turn them on again? Because you guys saw up to the DMCA, the sales were dying off. We had like 4 bad days in a row, and we're testing new ads. Just nothing could beat that original Rip TikTok. So when it got DMCA'd, I was like, I'm just gonna let it go and let it be. So if we look from the 20th to 25th, those are the results in general. We spent 9K Canadian, 9.7K Canadian to get 19.8K Canadian back on Facebook's end. It's probably higher because, Facebook tracking, but it is what it is. These were the guys that DMCA'd me. Why did they DMCA me? I guess we can talk, because this is a learning lesson. I have no malice towards these guys and them DMCAing me, but basically I used every single one of their product pictures here. This was before the ChatGPT 4.0 like image generator released. So I used like one for one, I used all these product photos, all these in their descriptions, but I put it on my own store, and they DMCA'd me, and it's honestly fair game to them. The sales completely died out, and I think they're still running ads to these days, the almighty tools, and they're probably still getting sales for this product, but I'm not running it because I couldn't hit a winning ad, and that's a skill issue, so I need to get better. But yeah, that's the case study for this 1K a day branded dropshipping store that I ran in February and March. So hope you guys like this video. I know it's different. I'll probably go back to just my regular updates because this was harder to make than I expected. I don't know how people be churning these out so easily, but yeah, that's it from me, YouTube. I'm gonna talk to you guys next week on the updates with the ecom journey. So peace out.